YouTube, Alan back with another package and pickles video. It was a bank holiday weekend over here, just last weekend gone, so a few of the car booths were on, the weather held, so there was actually a nice turnout. There seemed to be quite a few new sellers, which was great because it was less ridiculous pricing, and they were just generally, they were friendlier. So I got out to a couple of them and managed to pick up a few bits. Couldn't believe it. Two weeks in a row that I've gone to car booths and actually found stuff. Makes a nice change, I can tell you that. Anyway, I want to keep this video a bit more on point because I was looking at some of the last package videos and kind of stretching on a bit, so keep this on a point. So, first car booth, what did we get? Well, first up, it was this kind of a random box of stuff. It was literally just a box where it had like was it 3 items for €1, that type of thing, and sticking out of the top, caught my eye, was a PC game, big box PC game, not in great condition, but a Satanic Challenge of Discovery. So Windows 95, although it's actually from 98, and it's got the CD and the log manual thing. Needs a clean and needs an airing, I'd say, really, as well. You know, it's not the best, but I figure at the price. And I looked through, couldn't really find much else to go with it. And I didn't want to start getting breakdown in terms of price, so I seen that they had this as well. It's a demo disc for the PlayStation 2. Came with the PlayStation magazine. It's got playable demos of Time Splitters, Future Perfect, Ace Combat, Nowbreaker, and stuff. So why not? And to be fair, they do actually have those codes at the side, so I'm never sure that they count as lists or not. Yeah, so there we go. Demo disc kind of thrown in with it, and the only other gaming item I could find, again this definitely needs a big clean, is Soldier of Fortune, an Activision game on the PC, and that's the code that I just showed you there. So please don't use it. Well, it probably doesn't matter. It's probably been well used already. So I've no idea what this is. It looks like a kind of a war FPS type of game. Hardly a surprise from Activision now, is it? They never do that. Use any means necessary to find and secure stolen nuclear warheads. Okay. So there we go. €3, and on top of that, then they threw in this, just something that came with a magazine. So wouldn't have bought it, but what they're going to throw it in, Cannonball Run DVD. So classic film, I guess. I was thrown into all €3. Not going to complain about that, even if they aren't in perfect condition. And yeah, the Titanic one looks kind of interesting for a sort of education game mixed with a point and click adventure thing. At least that's what I'm guessing from the screenshots. Haven't played it. Haven't got a gaming PC, but definitely now, after getting a few games, it's spurred me on to look into that again in the future. So what's next? Well, next is your typical kind of car boot fare. Quite a stack of PlayStation stuff. So these actually came from 2 sellers. I can't remember, one of them they were looking for, it was like 3 games for €2, and the other one was looking for 3 games for €5, but I got them down to 3 games for €4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I got basically 6 for €4 and then 3 for €4. This one is much better. I can't remember which one was which, to be fair. But we'll go through them in no particular order. We have Ben 10 Alien Force. I kind of just looked at the back of these boxes because I didn't know most of these. Complete, grand condition. It's a kid's property, and CX give you like £4 trade-in, so for what, 70 cents, I was worth it anyway. But it looks like it could be an okay kind of team up with 2-player co-op and whatnot. Might be worth giving a shot. So we have Inspector Gadget. This is purely picked up because I used to like Inspector Gadget as a kid. This will probably be terrible. It's complete again, decent condition. But yeah, 3D action platformer that plunges you into the crazy world of Inspector Gadget. Discover 5 landscape and control different things. Use your go-go gadgets. It's one of those games. Chances are, based on the kids' property, it's not going to be that good. But you'd be surprised. Like, I mean, I picked up from CEX the series of unforgettable, no, not forgettable, the series of unfortunate events. I think I'd seen Ninja Bearhook do a kind of a Game Boy Advance play of that, and it looked decent. So I happened to see the PS2 one for like 150 or something, so I picked it up. Turned out to be a pretty enjoyable game. Not a great game, but was it worth 150? Yes, it was. So I'm hoping for something similar out of these. On this team again, Scooby Doo, Night of a Thousand Frights. It's Scooby Doo. Run, Scoob, run! Where is everyone? So it seems like you play as Scooby Doo and try to chase down the various members of the mystery team. Is that what they were called? Next up, Kitty, but could be good. Cartoon Network Racing. Again, I think CX give you a few quid for this one too. It's complete again, although the boxes got chipped. But if this is, anyway fun, it's obviously a Mario Kart knockoff. And okay, they're usually not as good as Mario Kart, the clones, but it can be fun. So I was kind of interested in that one anyway. Now, pick it a bunch for me is Spyro the Eternal Night. Again, CX, they're looking for about 8 quid for this one, so they don't give you as much in trade-in. They have quite a high markup on this. It's complete in good condition. Well, as soon as I seen that one, I heard that this was definitely one of the pals for €2. I was like, yeah, I'm picking up this one way or another, and I'll pick up 2 other things for boxes, if nothing else. Another Ben 10. What was this one? Protector of the Earth. So this looks like more of a beat 'em up game. No mention of co-ops, but unlock over 80 combos. Play as your favourite alien heroes. Oh yeah, challenge your friend in battle co-op or play together, or battle co-op in battle mode, or play together 2-player co-op. So there we go. And again, this is worth a few quid in CX. If I just traded into 2 Ben 10s, it would have paid for the whole lot if I'm so inclined. So I should really try them out. And if I don't like them, pop them into CX. Yeah, this one is probably going to be completely crap. I think I'll probably pick this open with Spyro. Curious George. I mean, they were selling it for $9.99 when it was new, or somewhat new. But it's Curious George. So how could you go wrong? Journey across 12 action-packed levels from jungle to the big city. So it's a 3 action-packed game. There we go. And this one, I was actually surprised with myself for picking up this one because they had a few other cartoony ones. I probably should have gone with them instead. SmackDown vs. Raw 2006. When I seen it, I just kind of had it in my mind to pick it up. You can probably pick this up on CX for like €1 as well. I don't know why that kind of came over me at the time. Anyway, I don't even know. It's a bit scuffed, but it's okay. But it does look like it has a receipt, and I like those. Oh great, there's super faded, so I can't read it. All I can read is that it was bought on Extra Vision. Not much good as a receipt. So yeah, bit of an odd one to pick up, but however, wasn't exactly a lot of money. And final game then, and the only one that is missing a manual, Power Rangers. Now some of the 16-bit Power Rangers are quite good. So, I figured this one was worth a shot as well. Naturally, it's kind of a beat 'em up style game as well, so I haven't played it. No surprise there, but what was that? 2, 4, €8 for 9 games. I won't lose sleep over it if 1 or 2 of them aren't exactly great. €9 for the whole lot there. And that was what I found at first. It was a relatively small car boot, but the sellers were friendly and whatnot. There was guys selling ducks, poor little guys stuck in their little cage. And it was kind of warm. They didn't look that comfortable. But anyway, next day then we had a more local one. And normally I've actually never found anything in this one. Or when you see a game, like they'd be looking for like ridiculous money, 4 or 5 quid for a PlayStation 2 game. It's like, okay, step away from the overpriced rubbish. For what, more expensive than CEX and GameStop and stuff like that. So it's like, why would you even bother? Anyway, and then of course you get the whole, you looked up eBay, and it's like, oh god. Now there's 2 lots, but actually no, there's only. There was one main lot, but one loose game that I picked up. So I picked up The Getaway. And I have The Getaway Black Monday, but the disc is quite scratched, so it doesn't really load right. But I think I've seen Steve Benway play these games, and they look quite interesting, and they're been modelled on London. So I said I must keep my eye out for it. It's not an expensive game anyway. So I seen this and asked how much. She said 50 cents, and I said sold. And opening up, and lo and behold, not only is it complete, it has a memory card. So I'm hoping when I clean this out, it'll work. Now, if you've seen my last Car Blue pickup, I happen to get a sealed memory card. I only had beforehand one memory card, one PlayStation 2 memory card. I've fought 60, 70 PlayStation games. That's not really enough memory cards. I was debating opening that one. I know Tushi UK kindly offered to send one over. He was kind of saying, "Oh, why didn't you say I was sending you over a package? I could have thrown one in." Much appreciated. And now I actually definitely can leave that one sealed for the time being because I have a spare one. Woo! And at 50 cents, I would have just given him for the memory card. How do you get this back in? I've actually never put a PlayStation 2. Oh, there we go. I didn't even look at the disc. The disc is completely fine. Brilliant. Bargain. Not the mega bargain, but very, very pleased to have that little bonus in there. So anyway, on to the bigger, this is a bigger item. We've a bag full of stuff. So there's a bag and a box. I've kind of separated them out. Before I get into it, I'll kind of outline it. A little preamble, story time. As I said, there was a few new people at it. Most of them were quite friendly, and it was nice to see some new blood. Just get away from resellers. One person we were chatting to, he only had a couple of games, I think 2 or 3 games, nothing of interest, sport, that type of thing. And he was just chatting to us, saying he was starting out, and he was kind of looking for, I've been, I lost my job, and trying to do something to earn a few pounds to kind of tide him over, that sort of thing. And he just said, I don't really want to be sitting on my arse, I want to be doing something. And it's like, it's a pity he didn't have something more interesting, because he was so friendly. I'd have been inclined to to pick stuff up. You'd even kind of go maybe an extra quid or two just to help another person out. He seemed genuine enough. And he was talking about, he's trying to learn and bring stuff to, future car boots as well. And he gave me a few tips for other car boots to look out for, so I must try them in future. But yeah, then you have the other side of the spectrum. And I go around to the next stall, around the next aisle, and straight away I cop some games that I was definitely interested in. And this guy's completely the opposite. To be blunt, he was an absolute pain in the hole to deal with. Alarm bells go off though when they pretty much start off by saying, well, eBay. I said to him, you can't be going on, just because it's on eBay, that's not the price. He said, oh yeah, I know that. I only looked at I made sure to check the buy it now ones. And I was like, oh God. They're the absolutely worst things you can look at it. I said to him, buy it now is pointless. You can ask buy it now prices all day long, it means nothing. What you have to do is look for, not even completion now, eBay have added in a sold option filter. So it filters down to exactly what is sold. Everything else, forget about it. It's been listed and not selling. Look at the stuff that's sold. So anyway, I went through the games, and first thing I picked up, it was a bunch of DS games, and I don't have it because I've moved it on, because this was bank holiday and it's now midweek, so I've moved it on. Was Pokemon Diamond for the DS, boxed. And I said to him, how much are you looking for this? And he thought about it and went, $5. I said, okay, fair enough. It's Pokemon, there's going to be value there. So I said to myself, I'm definitely interested in that one. But they had other games, and I kind of rummaged through them. They were most of them in decent condition. So on top of Pokemon, I kind of dug out the following. So we picked up Lego Batman the video game. This is all complete. Of course, he took out all the games, so it was just the boxes, because he said, oh, you can't be trusting the people. Well, maybe in some car boots, but to be fair, in the area where I was, it probably would have been okay. It wasn't that remarkable, the games you were selling. But anyway, then you have My Sims Kingdom, complete again. And no surprise why I picked these up. Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, complete. Actually, I think I had Nintendo points in one or two of these, but they're bloody expired. And Pokemon Ranger Guardian Signs, so the more recent Pokemon Guardian game. And again, nice and complete. So with 2 Pokemon games, well actually 3 including Diamond, yeah, I was kind of thinking, yeah, these are good games. Certainly I like the Lego games. I was going to pick up that one. This one I was taking a bit of a chance. I don't know much about the Sims. I like the original Sims on the PC. This one kind of looks more mini games. Maybe I should have gone. Yeah, they had a few other ones, a few sports, Need for Speed and things like that. So I kind of thought picking the better ones. They had Mario and Sonic at the Olympics, but they pulled that one out. So I had 5 DS games, and he also had this tub. And we have the tub here. And a bunch of stuff, principally Game Boy stuff. And I said, I'm selling this as a complete lot. I'm not going to break it up at all. And the reason why is because there are multiple systems, but there's only one charger. So basically, well, if I get rid of one of the systems or whatever, I won't be able to sell the rest. Yeah, so he said he wanted 20 for this lot. We may as well go through it. And he told me how many games there were as well. He said there's this many games and there's these systems. So first we'll do the systems, I suppose. So we have a Tribal SP. It's a bit scuffed. The screens are fine, but it's a bit scuffed. I must give it a proper clean out. We have a Silver SP. Again, a bit scuffed, but hopefully it'll clean up. And then we have a Blue SP. Screen's fine. Now this one I was a bit annoyed with. Oh, there's a game, I'll pick that for later. Because he swore blind. Oh yeah, they all work. Now you're always taking a bit of a chance to carry with it. So I tried to power them on. Not like they're like a pop in normal batteries. So this one, I think it was, just came on straight away. No bother. So I said, oh, there's some charge in this one. Now the other 2 I couldn't get any charge on. When I went home, flicked this one on, no problem, straight away. They needed charging. This one, blue one, turned it on, nothing. Oh, it's on there. So I was like, what the hell is wrong with this? Oh, it's nearly dead. Now, my first thought was the battery has simply just been drained down to death. These things they got a recharge of about 500. I'm amazed they're even still going. So what I did was I took another battery out of this one, put it in this one, and it came on straight away. I was curious though, so I put this battery into this one, and it came on straight away. So it wasn't the battery. Well, actually, sorry, no, when I plugged it in. It seems to be the connector. Now I don't see any dirt in the power connector. It's no point. It's not going to come on my camera. But in the port that's used for charging and for headphones and other things, if you plug it in, nothing. So it seems that there's something up with the jack itself. Because the charger's fine, charges the other DS's. The battery's fine because you put it into another one, it charges. So if anyone has any tips on how to fix that, or if it can be fixed, or what's the story, please let me know. Of course, you can just take the battery out, put it into another one, charge it. It's a little cumbersome. So, yeah, it'd be nice to get it fixed. But anyway, I was a little peeved because you know, he's, oh yeah, of course they work, you know, almost like a, oh, I wouldn't lie type of thing. She's like, yeah, you would. It came with 2 cases as well, same type of cases. And of course, so before I get on to the charging thing, you're going to a car boot, you want to sell these things. It takes 10 minutes to put a bit of charge on them just to show that they're working. So, I mean, either you're a moron and you're not making, you know, you're not giving yourself the best opportunity to sell stuff, or you're lying. Or you have a hell of a lot of stuff, and this guy didn't. I mean, other than the games, I had a few boxes of bits, but not really much. Certainly not anything that needed testing. But anyway, games. There was a bunch of loose games. With the Game Boy, I'm actually a bit torn on, and a lot of the handheld stuff, on how to go with this. Generally, I like box games, but I see what Ninja Bear Hug's doing with his loose games. I can kind of see why you'd go with that, because it's so much cheaper, so much easier to collect, and you can store them rather neatly. So, I think what I'm going to do is pick out the games that I like, and if I really am interested in them, maybe I'll try and upgrade them to box ones. But anyway, move on. So, in no particular order, just whatever comes to hand. First up we have, actually no, yeah, I'll do this one first because I think this is a problem. Crash XS. I can't get this one to load. Every other game I can get to load. The contacts seem completely fine. I cleaned them out as well, so I'm not too sure what the hell's up with this. And I can't unscrew the back because I don't have a tri-wing screwdriver yet. I've ordered one up to try and see if there's something gone in it or whatever. Or it's possible that there's been a cut in one of the lines or something, so it might be repairable. Don't know, but we'll see. Again, swerve line, everything works. Doesn't work. But yeah. Next up, then we have Spyro Season of Ice, or Spyro something or other. The label's a bit battered, but it's a cracking game, so I won't complain. Super Mario World, Super Mario Advance 2. Don't have that, so you know. Bad label or not, it's a cracking game. Then we have Harry Potter, Prisoner of Azkaban. And on the same team, Harry Potter, Chamber of Secrets. A bit sun-faded, but again, I'll live with that. Beyblade G Revolution. Oh, the highest value game here for sure. FIFA 06. Even though your man had said to me there was X many games, when I went through the system checking it, he spotted that there was a game in it like that, and it was FIFA. You know, and he kind of goes, "Oh, look, there's even an extra game." I was like, "No, there isn't. This adds up to the same. You just happen to have it in there." Someone had probably tried it, because I didn't turn up early. Like, at Irish Car Boots, turn up late seems to be the way to go. And I was like, "Oh yeah, it's only FIFA. You know, not exactly a desirable game." Sports games, just, they're not sellers. Spider-Man 2. I believe to pick it a bunch till the end. FIFA 2004, another high value item there. And Sean Palmer's Pro Skateboarding. The label's a bit damaged. But then we have some more Pokemon games. Pokemon Ruby. And battery's gone on this one, is it? This one? Yeah, I think it's this one. Battery's gone on one of them. So I'll tell you what's coming up. Pokemon Leaf Green. And Pokemon Fire Red. So, yeah, I checked the batteries and they all seem to be working on those except for Ruby. Sod's Law, that's the one I need. So I'm probably going to do an old swapperoo or get a new battery or something, because I don't think it's hard to replace them. And kind of surprisingly, one Game Boy Color game, and it is Pokemon Gold. I have a feeling the battery might be gone in this one, but to be honest, I nearly expected. Pokemon games seem to be a killer on batteries. From, you know, a lot of them are dead. And one last game, and that is clearly a bootleg. 101 including Pokemon, or 109 including Pokemon, or whatever. So bootleggy. But, in a way, the most interesting title, because it seems to have a bunch of NES games and whatnot, so yeah. actually kind of a fun little title, even though it's completely, even just the feel of it, it's just so wrong compared to the official cartridges. It's not bad. It's not a it's actually been pushed. Like the case itself is it has all the Nintendo logos, like Game Boy Advance, Nintendo, has a tri-wing screwdriver. He's kind of. I said to him, I pointed out, I says, well, that's a bootleg, and he said, oh, how do you know? I said, well, look at that. Like, can't you? Do you ever see a Nintendo game 109 where they're giving you all the Pokemons in one? It's so light compared to the other cartridges, especially the other Pokemon cartridges. They don't feel right inside. So he said, "Oh, I'll give you that one for free." I was like, "Oh yeah, big man." But anyway, so we had the 3 Game Boys, the bunch of games, and he was looking for 20 for this kind of lot that I've thrown up here, and a fiver for these games. So we had 5 games. So I said to him, "Okay," I put them all into the tub. That was 5 games and a thing, and I said, "Would you do for 35?" And he said, "Oh no. The lowest I could let them go for would be 50." And I was like, "Doesn't come to 50. Fiver a game's 25, and you're asking 20 for that, so it's 45." And I was kind of saying, buying in bulk, I don't know, there's bootlegs games, whatnot. And I don't know, was he adding this in or what? We threw this in as well, a little carry case, Pokemon Diamond carry case for the there's nothing else in here, is there? No, sadly there's not. You just haven't seen it outside. My wife didn't picked it up and said, "Oh, we'll throw this in too." Unless he was looking for a fiver for this, in which case he could have fucking kept it. Give him 50 cent euro for it, for God's sake. So I was kind of, he was not budging initially off 50 now. And I was like, well, no. I don't understand how you could be even looking for more than 45. It's ridiculous. So eventually he was like, "Oh, okay, well, they were like 45 brand new when they come out." I was like, "Well, they're not brand new, and that's not when they come out." So, "Oh, but eBay, I've looked them up. They're on eBay." I was like, "If you want to sell them on eBay, sell them on bloody eBay." So we went in on the prices. So eventually, I was kind of going to leave some of them back, and then he was like, "Oh no, you can't leave them back." So we kind of met in the middle at 40. But Jesus, that was work. I was kind of complete contrast to some of the other sellers where it was, they were, "Oh yeah, delighted to do a deal, kind of bit of haggling." Then you get people, eBay. But anyway, ultimately, few little niggles, but I think it's a pretty good deal. And I've already moved on Pokemon, so I've recouped some of that loss, because I had Pokemon Diamond. I think I have Pokemon Fire Red. I have to check that out, but I might have that one. Don't think I have the other ones, so they should be staying, but might be a trader there or something for future. See if I can move that one on and recoup a little bit more. Not too sure what I'll do with the 3 Game Boys, because obviously I only have one charger and one of them needs to be fixed. Do I want to keep them or not? We'll see. But anyway, yeah, enough waffle. It was a good weekend. Nice to find some stuff again, and I'm kind of hoping Carbon's probably next in another fortnight or so. So fingers crossed we can find some more stuff. Maybe even some more big box PC games. That's the trend. Anyway,